Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA DFS content, NFL, sportsbooks, prize picks whenever I have the extra time. Of course, NBA the priority. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me on X right here. And then, oops, that's not the Reddit. I'll have this Reddit link down below where I make updates with all the news that comes out throughout the day. You can ask me questions leading up to lock about the slate. Anything you need, I will have that link down below. All right, let's go over my lineup from today. No cash for me today, unfortunately. Um, Bubbled. Demontis Sabonis. Bubbled. Fouls out in, how many minutes did he play? I want to say low 30s, but was on pace, having a good game. Yeah, would have pushed, lost like 6-7 minutes there. The reason why I don't cash, but I feel like I nailed this slate. Zion Williamson was my flag plant in GPPs. I gave everyone in the Discord. He nuked it. My core, Mo Wagner, Jonathan Isaac. I have a little bit of regret with Jonathan Isaac here. I thought he could have potentially still been on like kind of like a minutes limit. He was, so a little bit of regret there. He still made value, sort of. And then Jose Alvarado. But the flag plant got a lot of people in Discord to the cash. I really like Cam Thomas. Played him. And yeah, Demontis Sabonis, the reason why I didn't cash tonight. RJ Barrett was a core play as well. So yeah, played Treyman as well, but still great nights in Discord. Just so unfortunate with Sabonis there. But yeah, foul trouble, man. Sucks. How many points? Maybe it wouldn't have cost me. Okay, he lost what, 6 minutes? So let's give him like 10 fantasy points there. 51, 323. Let's see. Okay, maybe it didn't cost me cash. Of course, he could have went for like more than 10 fantasy points. Could have gotten in there, but would have been really close. But yeah, I couldn't afford Anthony Davis, who was my favorite spin up on the slate. So yeah, that got me. That got me good there. But yeah, let's go over the slate. Just a little 5-gamer here, so we're gonna go over this in 5 minutes, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So let's take a look. Sacramento Kings are on a back-to-back tonight, but we know in competitive games they're gonna really run their starters into the ground here. They're running a really tight rotation now. Could they limit minutes on a back-to-back going up against Toronto? Sure, but if we're in the understanding that starters are going to continue to play close to 40 minutes, I mean, in a great spot. I think you have to have interest in Demontis Sabonis here. I think, Wemby, Giannis, Demontis Sabonis, Tyrese Maxey, my favorite spin-ups on the slate. They're the highest priced guys on the slate. But I think you have to have interest in Sabonis. I really like him once again here. And if people fade just because of the bad game tonight, I'm going to go right back. So, love Demontis Sabonis. Everyone else looks kind of similar to me, like DeMar DeRozan, De'Aaron Fox. I always prefer like De'Aaron Fox, but you are getting a $1,000 discount to DeMar DeRozan. I think both decent plays in a good spot. And then Keegan Murray just playing all the minutes he can handle right now. Had a good game tonight, got a double-double. I took his points prop. He hit that. Just a super safe play there in the mid-range. And then Malik Monk should play low 20s minutes off the bench. Just a fine play. I feel like he'll be somewhat popular tomorrow. We don't have value. Good point per minute guy off the bench. I don't mind it. Keon Ellis had a good game tonight. Not going to chase that. And yeah, like me some Monk. And then Kevin Huerter, I think, is a solid value. Super low floor with him with the addition to DeMar DeRozan. On this team, he's not going to be as good of a point per minute guy as he was last season, but on a slate starving for value, I do think Kevin Huerter is a solid value for this slate specifically. We'll get into some Memphis stuff in a little bit, though. All right, so Scotty Barnes is going to remain out. Emmanuel Quickly, I'm going to assume is out. Hope maybe we got some updates last time I checked. Checked like a half hour ago while I was researching the slate. Yeah, I don't think we have anything yet. So, unfortunate there. But let's say we get the same situation that happened today. It happens tomorrow. And we get RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, Davion Mitchell, and Ochai Agbaji starting. They benched Mogbo. We can take a look at the minutes that they had tonight up against the Lakers. Game was getting out of hand, and they brought it back. Grady Dick basically brought it back by himself. But yeah, should get low to mid 30s minutes here for the starters. RJ Barrett could be limited on a back-to-back here, or even could be a rest candidate. But I'm going to go over it under the assumption that we are getting a similar rotation here, assuming everyone's out here. So with that being said, RJ Barrett, no price increase, unlimited usage. He looks phenomenal. Nice eligibility with the shooting forward there. Jakob Pertl, I'm going to continue to say is a really good play, even at 6.9K. Not even in the best spot, but his usage right now, great. He's stepping up offensively. Good rebounder. No issues with Jakob Pertl, even at that price point. Grady Dick, Davion Mitchell, they're kind of just there for me. I have a feeling Grady Dick's probably going to be a little bit over-owned after the last game, but still a solid play. Like, if I had to pick between Grady Dick and Malik Monk, I think I'd choose Grady Dick. He's just number 2 on offense right now in the minutes, much more secure. Davion Mitchell, stat sheet stuffer. They were selling some of his assists. Not going to be a high-usage guy, but he'll have the ball in his hands a decent amount. Should play over 30 minutes. Seems pretty safe there. I think him Monk kind of a coin flip for me. And then if OJ Abaji starts again, he's fine. Had a bit of a letdown game tonight, but did play decent minutes. Not going to be a great usage guy. And then Mogbo, they'll run, these guys off the bench. I think Mogbo would be my favorite, but he is also 4.2K. Still playable value. And then Chris Boucher, only 14 minutes tonight. A little bit disappointing, but a large field GPP dart if you need it. Moving on to Memphis. So, definitely going to need some Memphis tomorrow. So, no Marcus Smart, no Desmond Bane. Once again here, they went with starters of Jalen Wells in the starting lineup. So they went, Aldama, Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey, Jalen Wells, John Morant, and then Laravia, 33 minutes off the bench, Scottie Pippen off the bench as well. Kind of what I expected there. And you saw some garbage run for some other guys. So, I'm expecting the same starters here. With that being said, I think John Morant, he's not going to play big minutes, but with the amount of usage he has with no Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane is kind of unmatched. He might be one of the more highest usage players on this slate outside like Giannis, right? He's just absolutely stuffing this out. I have no issue if you want to play John Morant. He was one of my more favorite GPP plays on the slate. That game, he nuked it. Jaren at 7.2K, tough time getting there. His minutes aren't going to be that great. Take a look. He only played 26 minutes. What else do we have here? I still think Pippen's in play at 6-1. Like, if you continue to give him high 20s minutes, he's going to be over a fantasy point per minute guy, so he's still in play. I don't think he's that phenomenal of a play, but still fine. Stat sheet stuffer. Don't mind that. And then Santi Aldama, good rebounder. They're going to need him to step up offensively. She'll play around 30 minutes. I think he's solid. I think the value here looks really good, even at these price points. I think Jalen Wells should play big minutes. Not the best, of course, not the best point per minute guy once again, but should play big minutes. Still a solid value, even at 4.9K. Not as great of a play as he was last game. Probably be lower owned tomorrow due to the price point increase, but still fine. I prefer Laravia to a Jalen Wells. You give him 30 minutes again, once again here. I'd like me some Laravia. And then, I don't know if I get too much else. Keep an eye on Conchar news as well. Oh, okay, he's doubtful. Missed that. He should get a similar rotation last game. The value, not a smash of plays as they were last time, but they're still in play. Prefer Laravia to Wells. And then, of course, John Morant in play. Not really too interested in Jaren. Pippen in play. Aldama in play. And then I think the values are still solid even at those price points, but not phenomenal like they were before. Moving on to the Sixers, my team is so poverty. I don't understand it. But Joel Embiid, Paul George, they're still going to be out. It's the Tyrese Maxey show. He's putting up 25-plus shots a game. He's stuffing the stat sheet. He looks great. One of my more favorite GPP spin-ups on the slate. Andre Drummond at 6.8K should have a fine time here. Going up against the rookie. Wanted to see how many minutes that he played. But there is always foul trouble for Andre Drummond. That's the risk here. But when games he stays out of foul trouble, in competitive games, he should play low 30s minutes. Great rebounder, has double-double upside. Like him quite a bit. What else? Kelly Oubre at 6'3", should be the number 2 on offense. She'll play high 30s minutes. I think last game a bit of an outlier with his minutes. I think they kind of need him out there for offense. And in games when they're shorthanded, normally he does play close to 40 minutes, which makes him look very solid to me. Caleb Martin's just super safe. Another guy that's going to play big minutes, can grab some rebounds. I wouldn't continue to expect like 16 shot attempts, but still decent at 5.4K. What else? Kyle Lowry is a fine value at 4.5K. Playable. And then Yabusele will get run off of the bench at 3.8K. Another okay value because we don't really have any value on this slate. Outside of that, I don't think there's much else I really want to get to here. I guess it's pretty gross. Team's just poverty right now. Really, really poverty. Just disgusting. Yeah. I don't think I'll be getting too much else here. Good to see McCain have a good game, though. Moving on to Minnesota, they're going to be on a back-to-back. I like the spot here for Anthony Edwards at 9.2K. I played him I think it was this game. He had like 30 fantasy points in the first quarter and then cooled off. But Minnesota, another team playing their main guys massive minutes. So I really like Anthony Edwards at 9.2K. I think Julius Randle's perfectly fine. Rudy Gobert, it's just a minutes thing. The minutes are way up from last year. They're much more secure. Probably going to get you a double-double. Good shot blocker. High floor, high ceiling. Still of interest in Rudy Gobert, even at that price point. I like the values here. I think Mike Conley's too cheap at 4-5. I think Dante DiVincenzo's a decent value. Now, as Reed should play mid-20s minutes off the bench. He looks pretty solid to me. McDaniels at 4-3 is playable. So these value plays definitely look decent to me. What else? I probably wouldn't play Mike Conley and Dante DiVincenzo in the same lineup. They definitely negatively correlate. So if you're picking one, I would just choose one or the other. Moving on to the Spurs. Vassell, Trey Jones is going to be out here. We can take a look at their minutes as well. Spurs doing a good job of actually playing their starters. Last game was a blowout, though. They're going with same starters. Chris Paul played 32. Victor Wembanyama's minutes slowly ticking up. Jeremy Sochan should play big minutes, and then off the bench, we'll basically just see like Keldon Johnson and then Castle with Trey Jones out. No issues with Wemby. He's always a great spin up. I don't think we have to take too much time to talk about that. I think Jeremy Sochan's still in play, even at 6.5K. Just different role this year. Grabbing rebounds, scoring the ball decent, chucking as well. So I still have interest in Sochan at that price point. Chris Paul, statute stuffer. I think he's perfectly fine, playable. What else do we have here? Keldon's been so bad. Just a large field GPP play. Then Harrison Barnes, Champagny, they kind of look pretty similar to me. I give the slight lean to Champagny, but both playable values. It's unfortunate they priced up all the value plays in this. Like Castle is fine for value as well. All right, moving on to the Warriors. Steph Curry out. Andrew Wiggins is back. Starters should be. We'll see what they do. Kirk can change. They can move Kuminga back in the starting lineup. They could do what? Podziemski, Draymond, Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Trace Jackson Davis. They could keep Kuminga off the bench and start like a Buddy Hield. Or they can go keep Buddy Hield off the bench like they did last game and start like a Podziemski, a Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Trace Jackson Davis, and like one of Moses Moody, Lindy Waters. They could do a number of things here. So it's hard to go over right now. But I think Kuminga at 6'4" is fine. Large field GPP play. Minutes not going to be the best if he comes off the bench. If he starts, I would have more interest in. Draymond Green loses usage with Steph Curry off the court, but he did have a good game last game. He's actually running a lot of backup point when Podziemski's off the court, so his peripheral stats should go up a little bit. Maybe a slightly different role this year when Steph's out compared to last year. So he was playing some backup points, so that boosts him a little bit. Buddy Hield at 6'1" seems priced about right. It's really going to depend on starters. I like Andrew Wiggins quite a bit. He's going to be the number one on offense for this team. So Andrew Wiggins, Podziemski, probably my two favorite. I love Podziemski at 5.8. I still think he's way too cheap. Trace minutes all over the place. 5K seems priced about right. And then keep an eye on starters. They go like, if we get one of these values starting, they would be a good value. If we get like, a Kuminga or like a Buddy Hield starting, then the values will be tougher to get to, but you should see more Moses Moody off the bench at the very least. Lindy Waters, they said they're going to play as well. So just keep an eye on it. Moving on to Houston, I think Sengun should absolutely feast here. I think he's one of my favorite GPP plays on the slate. I don't think too many people are going to click him. Great point per minute guy. Probably going to also get you a double-double. He's stuffing the stat sheet. I love Sengun tomorrow. Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, they both look similar to me. Not standout plays to me at their current price points, but Jalen Green's going to chuck when he's out there. Fred VanVleet's going to stuff the stat sheet. Fred higher floor, Jalen Green higher ceiling. Jabari Smith, another guy at 5.8K, I think is, similar to like a Jeremy Sochan, but I'd rather play Jeremy Sochan. And then Dylan Brooks playing big minutes. Reasonable value. I think that's going to do it for Houston. Let's move on to Cleveland. Back-to-back here. Really good spot here for Donovan Mitchell. That price point is just too cheap. I am very high on Donovan Mitchell. I really like him at 8.2K. I think the bigs always prefer Mobley to Jared Allen. Both fine plays to me. Darius Garland at 6'6". Good spot for him as well. Have some interest there. Would much rather play like a Donovan Mitchell, though. But Garland does have a ceiling. Dean Wade is disgusting, but he is playable. And then Karis LeVert's kind of similar to like a Malik Monk, but I think I prefer Malik Monk there. Moving on to the Bucks, Giannis best spend up on the slate, if you ask me. I think Dame's kind of getting to the price point to where he should be, but I think I'd just give me the discount like a Donovan Mitchell, right? Donovan Mitchell better spot as well. Bobby Portis should play mid-20s minutes, which makes him firmly in play. Not my favorite play. And then Brook Lopez should play around 30 minutes. Good shooter, not the best matchup for him specifically, but playable. Gary Trent at 5-1 should play big minutes normally. I believe he got benched last game, but price point doesn't really stand out to me. And then Torian Prince, I think, is going to be somewhat popular tomorrow, solely because the minutes. Not going to be a great point per minute guy, but I do think he is. As the slate stands out right now, one of the better values. I think he'll pick up some ownership, depending on what people do with the Memphis guys, because the Memphis guys are priced up as well. And the Warriors lineup. So I think that's going to do it for the slate, guys. I hope you guys had a great night. Pretty disgusting slate here. Not really many standout plays on a first look, so I apologize for that. But yeah, we're going to go over it every single night. Hope you guys had a great night. I'll talk to y'all later.